Welcome, Baba, to our 10th anniversary of our interviews with you.
Wow.
10 years we've been here.
10 years.
Right. We started in 2009,
Yeah.
and we're here once again.
Wow.
So I appreciate so much your graciousness in inviting us into your home. Everyone looks forward to these sit-downs with you. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
So I was reviewing the last 10 years, and I wanted to take the key questions from the last 10 years that were very important, and let's review them again now, this time around, to see really where our heads are at, because everything is always changing.
Yeah.
And the answers constantly change throughout our lives, depending on where we're at in the moment.
Yeah.
But I wanted to start with yesterday when I was visiting you up in your room for that short period of time. And we were talking about love. And all of a sudden you looked out through your big window at the ocean and nature, and you said in a very sweet way, I love the universe. So I wanted to start off with, what did you mean by that?
I love the universe. The universe of things, trees and ocean and tables and things. All of it is manifestation of the one. So I love it. I love it. It was a way into loving the one. I love that tree. I love you. I love it. Then it goes back and back and back. And the universe is made up of things, clouds and trees and people and it's all lila. It's all created. It's created by the Creator. And I just love it. I just love it. And so I see something, a flower, or this Hanuman, or these beads. I love it. And then the circle back, I love this, I love this, I love this. I even love the universes, because that's all creation. Creation.
So you're saying to start, for us novices, to start with loving what's in front of us.
Yeah. Yes.
And then expanding from there.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Very juicy.
Yeah.
Imagine if we all could do that every day. Well, I guess we can, right?
Right.
Because you're doing it.
Yeah. 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 It's because I inhabit my soul, and the soul loves everything. And the soul, that is That is, I'm a spiritual being dipping into humanness. And the soul is, I'm a spiritual being. And when I'm getting into my soul, I start with my mind, and then I go to the heart, spiritual heart, then I'm the mantra, I am loving awareness, I am loving awareness, I am loving awareness, I am loving awareness. And then we go to the spiritual heart. And in the spiritual heart, there's a doorway. The doorway into another plane of consciousness.
Dimension.
Another dimension, which I call soul land. That's where all the souls hang out. And your soul is hanging out there. And the souls are beings of light. Yeah.
I want to stay with that soul for a few seconds. So when the body leaves, when we're ready to leave the body, the soul stays, remains,
yes.
whatever that is.
Yes.
What goes along with the soul? Is the suitcase packed in the corner, so when the body leaves, the soul picks up that suitcase and says, okay, we're going to the next round?
The soul has been incarnated and incarnated, and the soul has infinite. It's not even at birthdays and things like that, because that's the body and psychological.
So the ego and the karma remains with this form of the body, or does some of it go along with the soul? That's a very important part.
That is, some of it goes along with the soul.
It does.
Yeah, that's the next birth is that karma.
Oh, I see. So.
And
So depending on what that karma is, will depend on what your next birth becomes.
Yeah.
Right, so is it karma from this lifetime or an accumulation of karma from past lifetimes?
All of it.
The whole mish.
The mishpah. Yeah.
So the ego also goes along in the suitcase?
No.
The ego doesn't.
It doesn't.
But isn't ego part of the karma?
Part of the ego is the manifestation of the karma. And from this incarnation, the ego stays with this incarnation.
Okay. So I guess there's plenty of ego coming up anyhow for the next round and the next
Oh,
round.
yeah.
So better off leaving it behind.
Yes.
But it's interesting, the karma, what constitutes the karma? That's a really interesting thought.
Well, the karma is the mind. It's the mind. And this soul has gone through so many births and gone through this birth, and all of that has accumulated karma.
So in this lifetime, in this present form,
Yeah,
there's good karma and there's negative karma.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
to speak.
yeah.
Would you agree to that, or you have another thought about that?
No, that's all right.
Yeah, that's all right. So,
But good karma and bad karma is
Question.
is your karma.
right, it's not anybody else's.
Yeah,
So, in order to lessen that load in this lifetime with the karma, by doing good things, are you actually cleaning up that karma, or are you just thinking that you are? Or making yourself feel good about it?
making yourself.
Making yourself feel good that you're actually doing something about it.
Yeah,
But
and that's your karma.
that's okay too.
Yeah,
You know, so we no need to beat ourselves up about that.
that's your karma.
Right. Accept it, deal with it when it comes up every day.
Yeah,
Everybody's bemoaning the fact, oh, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why did I just walk into a window and slice my finger off? You know, every day there's some other accident going on. It's your karma,
it's your karma.
right? There's no need to question why, just love that
Yeah.
it's happening to you. Maybe it's getting rid of eons of lifetimes
Yeah,
worth of bad
yeah,
karma.
that's right. Maharaji said he was a woman came to in front of him and she was crying, and she said, "My life has been suffering, Maharaji." And he said, "Suffering I like because it brings me to so close to God." And I find that in the suffering of my body.
Right.
It gets me so close to God.
And that's about the best way you can go through what you're experiencing, instead of always in angst and bemoaning what life brought you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take it closer to God.
Yeah.
I must say you're doing a hell of a job with it, Baba. Really. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not many people could do that.
And Maharaji said, Ram Dass, don't you know it's perfect? It's all perfect. I said, but the.
Right.
And that's my mind.
Right.
But he doesn't say it from my mind. But he sees it from God's mind.
So everything that happens to us, every moment of every day is perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. All the politics are perfect.
Right. So what's the best vehicle for us to be able to see that in a clearer light while we're going through it? Because the drama is so intense that who has time to think, oh, this is getting me closer to God, or this is a perfect moment for me?
Just perfect. Perfect. This is happening. Perfect.
So step back.
Perfect. Step back into the witness, and the witness is a part of the soul, and the soul loves everything. Now the witness is your mind, your thoughts. And you look at your thoughts, that thought is not going to get me anywhere. I better love it. I better love it. I better love it. My anger, wow, I better love it. Because the witness is a part of the soul. The soul loves everything. And the negative things, like, I used to think, I love you to death. It was too negative that it hurt my soul. Hurt my soul. Finally, I love it. I love it. I love my anger. I love my doubt. I love all those negative things.
What a powerful practice that becomes
Yeah.
on a regular basis.
Yes.
Because out there in the universe, most people
Yeah.
are so far removed from that particular practice.
Yeah. It's a combination of bhakti and karma. Bhakti and karma yoga. Karma yoga, you get what's in front of you, what's in front of you, what's in front of you is the stepping stone on your sadhana.
Right.
And but then they have to love it. Love it. That's Bhakti yoga. I love Bhakti yoga. I mean, yeah. It's a path of love. It's a path of love. And Maharaji gave me that path because he loved me unconditionally. It was so blast of love. Yeah.
And let's continue with that thought of unconditional love, because that always comes up in everybody's discussion with each other. Conditions of love: I love you because, you love me because, you don't do the right thing, I don't love you anymore. Bang, bang, bang. We bang each other up all the time in relationships. But we never get to the place of unconditional love. You can work your whole life towards that.
Yeah. 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 All my life, I got conditional love.
Right.
Because I was loved because I was a good boy. I loved as a student. I was loved because I was a good lover. I was loved because I loved them. That's all conditional.
You were loved because you were a spiritual teacher.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Conditional, sure.
Right.
Sure. And when Maharaji loved me, his eyes were eyes. I was being loved because nothing. I was being totally loved. Totally loved. My imperfections
didn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah, he was looking at me, at
your soul.
Yeah. Yeah.
He saw the soul within you.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you want to see the souls of other people, it's important to see your own soul. And then you identify with your soul. And then you see other people's souls. Because a soul loves another soul.
Unconditionally.
Unconditionally, yeah.
So first we have to love our own souls, our own self, unconditionally.
Yeah.
Then from there,
yes,
we go out to
yes, and the soul is really who you are, not the ego. The ego is just a fantasy. But you go back into the soul, the spiritual self. And then you can love everything and every being. Maharaji said to me, Ramdas, I want you to love everybody. And I said, I can't, because the judge,
Judgments.
and he said, about 15 minutes later, he said, Ram Dass, love everybody and tell the truth. I said, oh, okay. And that's my goal in sadhana. Love everybody and tell the truth. And when my sadhana brought me to my soul, when I that doorway into soul land, I realized now he is giving me the instructions to give to that I should get to my soul.
So therefore, we all should be working towards that.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Because everybody,
Right.
everybody,
And everybody has that capability, that potential.
yeah,
Not just you, me, him, or her.
yeah,
Everybody.
yeah.
It's a couple of things you mentioned in that answer, which was really gets more and more powerful every time I hear that story, because I sense it's more powerful for you as the witness. So the more powerful it is for you as the witness, the story changes because of your deepening into the soul. So that's very important to show that through sadhana. So what is sadhana? Because a lot of people watching this they don't understand that term.
Sadhana is your path, your spiritual path, to the one. You started as the human you think you are, and end up with the soul, identified with the soul.
So that takes your entire lifespan or more, possibly.
No. Sadhana just might be a meditation period. I mean, it doesn't, sadhana, I didn't get seeing my life as sadhana. I was say 40 years old. So I'm writing a book with Ramesh in which I see my life and the life that before sadhana. It's a conundrum because Maharaji was there all the time, but I didn't know. Like I was I was beaten up in junior high school because I was a fat Jewish kid. And Maharaji arranged that. The rascal.
I think that would be a hard one for most viewers to wrap their heads around, don't you think?
Yeah. But go to it.
So you talk about Maharaji for a second, but I know for a fact that the majority of viewers and people that we meet all over the world, they don't have that personal connection with a spiritual guru in their lives. They're aspiring to find one, and I notice a lot of people, second and third generations, jump into taking Maharaji or taking this one or taking that one because of all the stories you've been telling and leading people to believe that they need to have a guru. How important is that actually?
Well, Guru Kripa, with our grace of the Guru, is important in Bhakti Yoga. And in India, they say, don't look for a guru. The guru looks for you. And I have an analogy. Maharaji is a fisherman with a pole. And the fish are egos that want to be souls. And he catches them, and I'm the worm.
In your situation.
Huh?
In your situation and your lineage.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
That's right, I'm the worm. And then I wriggle, and somebody, I'm oh yes, yeah, yum, 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 yeah.
Right, the point, that's well taken, but do we really need to have a guru? Are we okay just having spiritual teachers, so to speak, that we hang out, listen to, hang out together, and don't have it physical?
Teachers are, and your path is going along, and teachers go along with you, and a guru up ahead, he comes like come on, ooh. And I think everybody should have a guru. But it's like a guru in India, whatever. But time and space is not an issue.
Right.
A guru is a soul and the Guru's presence, you just feel the Guru's presence. You feel in the room. Wow. Wow. I say feels, but it has to do with your intuition. Your intuition. This is the real thing.
You're talking about the God-like presence that can be in the form of a guru, but it's the God-like Shakti, all emanating powerful energy that for you comes through by your guru.
Yeah. But I got a beautiful image. In my consciousness, I have a room, and the room is it's called imagination. And Maharaji and I hang out with that room. That's what I hear. Then this says, look, is this your imagination or is he real? And you shut up, because I'm happy. And Maharaji goes there. He goes anywhere. There is my imagination. And I would say, I talk to my dead guru in my imagination room.
So when that shut up moment comes, how then can we shush it away if we don't have a guru, so to speak, or if we're not tapped into that, which comes up on a daily basis for all of us, that shut up moment for the ego getting out of line?
Okay. I go into my witness, which is my soul, and I witness that ego out of lineness. And I love it because the ego loves everything. I love out of lineness. I love my motives.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
At the same time you're loving the motive, so to speak, you're letting that action go, leave, or you're just loving it?
I was
It's
just
still
loving
there,
it.
though.
I was just loving it.
Like you're softening up that action.
Yes. Yes. Because the soul loves everything. And loving that thing is a reminder I'm loving. And I am loving the universe. The universes.
So that could be a good method of thought, that we're not trying to get rid of anything. We're softening it so it actually disappears on its own.
Yes.
By loving it.
It's there. It's just there.
Right.
It's there. It's your mind. It's your mind. It's your mind.
Coming up again and again.
And these thoughts, I'm a no good bastard. Wow. I love it.
So, going a little further with love, I mean, we can spend years and years with love, which we're doing anyhow. But for this little time frame, what is love exactly, and why are we always looking to the other person to love us? In relationships, with family, with friends, everything, we're always looking to be loved. And then all that constant unhappiness comes from that.
The one, God, is love. Is love. And we go, before we were born, we were love. And then after we die, we're love.
When we're born, we're also love.
Yeah.
As a baby.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we're looking back. I want that love. I want that love. And want that love, you should, other people out there will, so out there, I love you, I love you, I love you. And the people love, those are imitations. Imitations from the imitations of the unconditional love of the oneness of the universe, of the oneness. And you want to go towards that oneness. And you can get there by love. Because if you love that tree, you love something, you meld with it. Meld with it. We are one. We are one.
Already.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're not really seeking that love from that tree.
Yeah.
Because you're there already.
That's right. Yeah.
So the same way we should be with each other?
Yeah. And then each other is a shallow imitation of the love.
The one.
The one. The one.
But our lives are constantly filled with these shallow imitations.
Yeah. Yeah.
What to do?
What to do?
We think we need to live in society. It's hard to live by yourself.
Love them. Love them. Love you. Love you. You are shallow. Shallow. You are a shallow imitation. I love you.
You can also choose not to engage and not to be in that environment.
Yeah.
No? Or yes? We have a choice.
Choice is your karma.
Yes, if you walk into a situation and you're not feeling love, you can turn around and walk out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you turn around, and that lesson I'm going to later.
Or not at all.
Yeah.
Because when later comes, you're in a different headspace anyhow.
That's right.
Right. So you might be more capable of loving that situation at that time.
Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah. If you identify with your soul, and then you have a lover, the soul sees another soul. The soul and the soul loves another soul. That was what Maharaji said.
I want to touch on a little bit about destiny and fate. So what extent do you think you share your own destiny, or you shape your own destiny, and how much is down to fate?
Well, it's the same thing. It's really the same thing. Because you are a puppet for your guru. In my world.
Okay, for God, let's say God, for everyone else's world. That God that dwells within inside of you.
Yes. The soul has a doorway, now the new doorway, which is, first we go ego, and then we go to soul land, and then we go to the one, the third
Door.
Yeah, the third plane of consciousness.
Are these doorways closed or open when we get there? Or do we have to open them?
the veil is, doorway is like a veil, and you put the doorway like that.
By doing your sadhana.
By doing sadhana, yes, 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 yes. And then Siddha yogis like Christ or Muhammad, Buddha, Maharaji, Ramakrishna, all of that. They sit on the cusp of soul land and oneness. And they can have the perception of oneness, or they can perceive as the little soul. But we are only souls. And the ego doesn't want to get into that third thing, because it
loses its control.
It loses control. Yeah. And in fact, Maharaji will go like this: to come join him. And I say no, because I'm my ego. It's like standing on the beach, right at the edge of the water, of the ocean. And you take off your shoes, and you take off your ego, take off all of your individual, and then you dive, and you become a wave. You're no longer who you think you are. You are a wave of the ocean of love.
You're getting cleansed.
Yeah.
Blissful cleanse.
Yeah.
Beautiful analogy.
And we don't want. I'm at the edge. But the ego likes the make-believe love that they.
So is it better to love and lose, or never to love? The famous quote.
Yeah, should be. Yes. Better to love. Better to love.
And forget about everything else.
Just better to love. better to love. Love your enemies. Love, love, love.
Is trust more important than love?
My trust and faith are roughly the same thing for my. More important
is trust. Will be the ability to trust somebody, does not open up more the understanding of love. When I trust you, I'm able to feel that love more.
I see.
So, do I need trust?
I need trust. Yeah, you need trust
in order to
receive love.
What about giving love? Do you still need that same trust? Or can you just love unconditionally, like you said before?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter whether I trust you or not, I can still love you unconditionally. What a hard concept that is.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
Wowie wow. That's a big step.
Yeah. That's a great step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That is so juicy, you could see it pouring out all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah. Love is paramount, and trust is not.
So then you do or you don't need to trust somebody in order to share or receive love? Or is it both? I'm kind of leaning both ways, actually, myself. Like if I trusted you more than I do by being with you, I would be able to receive more love from you inside myself and also give you more love if I felt that trust. Or do we just eliminate the trust altogether and just go for the love?
Eliminate.
Just go for the love no matter what.
Eliminate.
No matter what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
But for the majority times of all of our lives, we do go for that love, but it's a little bit misconstrued love. Sometimes it's, you think love is the sex or the intimacy. And that always causes all this bang around stuff.
Yep.
So get to a level of loving somebody within the framework of the intimacy.
Soul to soul.
Right. And it's not the sexual act. It's the merging of the souls.
Yeah. They are in love. In love. So they don't make love.
You have to try to explain that situation at the heat of the moment when two people are really going at it, and then all of a sudden they turn to each other and they say, oh, my soul, and they say my soul, and I'm merging with my soul. And
no, they don't have to say that. They say, I love you. I love you.
They already say that, Barbara.
They say that.
But that's through the passionate.
Yeah.
That's the passionate answer.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh, good. Let's continue a little bit longer. Okay, it's getting some nice and juiciness. Let's talk about happiness for a bit. So if money can buy happiness, can you ever truly be happy with no money?
Yes. Yes. In the villages in India, some of the people have no money, and they are happy, and that's because they identify with their soul. Their soul seeks no money as a step in their sadhana.
I love that concept until some Western person drives into their town and then they look at the car and the clothes and everything else, and then they turn around to say, wow, I'm not happy. I thought I was.
All they need to do is say, that soul has karma, and all that things around them, all around their ego. Oy.
It's like the jelly inside and the ego outside of the donut.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is there a shortcut to happiness, or we're going to just have to slug through the mud the rest of our lives?
The soul has love, compassion, wisdom, peace, and joy. You substitute joy for happiness. Joy is spiritual. Happiness is on this plane.
So joy is in a higher state than happiness?
Yeah.
Or a less attached space than happiness?
Less attached. Less attached. Less attached. You know,
Okay. Sorry.
the Dalai Lama speaks of happiness. Happiness, happiness, happiness. I think he's speaking to egos. I like the word content.
I like that word.
I don't so much happy doesn't. I'm content here. When I came to Maui, I found I was content. Never in my life has a contentment like that.
Well, didn't you have it when you were in India with Maharaji, or were you still in there?
Still there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, grabbing about.
Yeah. Now I'm in Maui with Maharaji.
And whatever.
Whatever.
Radhe, Radhe.
Yeah. the land comes out of the volcano, so it's Middle Earth. The people are spiritual. Are quiet. And I spend inside, but I have to look out this window to the nature. Nature is content. Nature is content. Even the wind is content. Yeah.
So try to be as content as you possibly can throughout the day.
Yeah.
And just slough off whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting thought, Baba, about insanity and creativity. Where's the line between insanity and creativity? It's a delicate area because we're also creative, but sometimes it's thought of what is insanity? Is all creativity in that area, or what? What do you think?
Creativity is in the imagination. As Einstein said, and I live in my imagination.
That's not insanity.
I used to be a scientist, but but that's what it was then, and now I'm the scientist. Says that I'm crazy. He takes drugs. I don't take drugs, but I did take drugs.
And by the way, you have no regrets about taking anything in the past.
No.
They all helped you to get to where you are.
They helped.
Exactly.
Psychedelics are a big help for sadhana.
Breaking through.
Under
a controlled environment, under a controlled situation. As we talk about all the time. In your own words, set and setting.
Set and setting. Yeah.
Very important. As opposed to going to a rave or an EDM.
I was at a Dead concert, and I was really out there. And I went to the bathroom, and there was the urinal and there was a young guy. He was looking at the wall. He was looking like he was just seeing God. And I wouldn't put him down for having been there. No. The dead, they create ambiance.
Which is conducive to taking acid?
No. Yeah, well, conducive of having a spiritual trip.
Spiritual experience.
Yeah.
Right. Personally, I feel in my past, I've always rather do it in a set and setting, in a more of a controlled environment, to go deeper for myself, as opposed to being outside in a place where paranoia could come at any moment. I like to just try to avoid as much as that as possible. Not that I'm controlling the outcome, but I rather put myself in an easier space.
Well, now, the psychedelic experiments, you lay down, put eye shades and soft music, and
there you go.
There you go. But I'd like to choose my music.
Yeah. But you were, at that point of your life, you were an experienced traveler.
Yeah.
Right. And most people today were not in that state of consciousness. So you had no problems out there, being out there, choosing
Yes.
your music at any given time.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
But that's not true for everyone.
All right, I'm here. I'm a responsible.
You're a responsible tripper. That's good. That's fantastic.
Do not try this at home.
Do you make your own decisions, or you let others make them for you?
Both. I make a decision that they make my decisions.
I'm talking about the rest of the people also. Do I, should I? I mean, where do you draw the line? Because a lot of people just get sucked into other people making their decisions for them. Sometimes good, sometimes not good.
It depends on how much paranoia you have.
In letting others make a decision.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That gets back to the trust.
Yeah.
Which gets back to the love.
Back to the culture. Our culture makes all the decisions for us.
Right.
Yeah.
So based on what you said before, we have to love that fact as well.
Yeah.
That's kind of hard in today's world, to love what the government is laying down and doing and changing. And
I do it. Donald Trump is on my puja table. And I say the picture, I know you from your incarnation. I don't know your soul. I see only his karma. And I see And I see my compassion for his soul.
It's a big test for all of our karmas, don't you think? Going
Yeah.
through all this at
Yeah.
this time,
Yes.
and also doing our sadhana and our practice and trying to love each other,
Yeah.
and watching this whole thing go down. Never in the history of humanity has probably ever happened to any culture, and we're right in the thick of it. And every day, every day, every day.
Yep.
Be nice to read a paper that had nothing to do with Trump, or an article.
Yeah.
So is a wrong act okay if nobody knows about it? Is a wrong act, talking about Trump for example, is a wrong act okay? It's okay for me to do a wrong act if nobody knows about it.
No. If you label it a wrong act, you know about it.
So somebody knows about it. That's you.
Yeah. I use the story of the chicken. The father tells the son, you can kill this chicken. Don't let anybody see. And then the son comes back. He says, the chicken sees. Yeah, the chicken sees.
So should people care more about doing the right thing or doing things right?
Doing things right. But the expression is right is a mindy thing.
Subjective.
Yeah.
Well, who's to know whether we're doing things right?
Your intuition.
Intuition.
Intuition, which is melded with God.
The voice within.
Yeah, the voice within.
The one that the ego is battling with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're always hearing both sides of the storyline. One coming from the ego, one coming from the heart.
I like the one coming from the heart.
Yeah, me too, Baba. It's hard for people out in the world, though.
It's their karma.
But it's our compassionate understanding.
Huh?
It's our compassionate being that can continue to help everybody and help as many people as we possibly can with a better understanding.
Helping people.
Yeah, I remember we touched on this a couple of years ago when I was in a parking lot of a place I was going into, and two people are arguing and almost coming to blows, screaming and hollering at each other. And I asked you right after that, during a session, whether I should have said something and intervened or just kept quiet and did nothing. And you said at that time, I want to see if it's going to be the same this time, you said it's better to intervene. That's what you said the
No.
last time. No.
No.
All right, cancel that one.
Well, if Trump leads to fascism and we do nothing but love him and take no action,
Then I guess we follow in the footsteps of World War II.
Yeah.
And what happened then? Nobody
Yeah.
took any action. It's getting to a crucial point, though.
The Trump thing is involving you, but that two guys that doesn't involve you. That's where you are stepping into that karma.
It was actually a woman and a guy.
Okay.
Does that change your thought? Two guys, I can say, okay, goodbye. But a woman, you know, in today's world, being so abused by so many different people and situations.
You shouldn't involve yourself in other people's karma,
Okay.
women or men.
Okay, that's beautiful, all right? And as far as the Trump situation, that's going to blow up on its own any day, any time now. It's going to take care of itself. Then we'll go to the next round of our evolution politically and whatever as a society.
With the Trump thing, is my responsibility as a citizen. The people fighting, that doesn't, no responsibility. Because he's manipulating the citizenship,
Right.
and I'm a citizen.
So you feel you need to speak up about it
Yeah,
in whatever way we can.
yeah, vote,
Yeah, voting is one.
yeah.
Kicking out the people in the Senate and the Congress that are meaningless and are just voting for the wrong things, and you can see them all now, who they are.
For gun control.
Yeah, of course, that's a big issue right now. But all politicians are in there supported by big business. That's the only way they could get in there, by individual monies and by big corporations. We know that for a fact. So what do we do as a society? Do we boycott those products from those big companies that are donors? Do we even take the time to find out who they are? The oil companies, the gun companies, the agricultural companies, the utility companies. These people are all propping up the congressmen and the senators, which therefore prop up the administration.
I think you should find out where your senator or representative gets his money.
And where they stand on issues.
Yeah.
Right. And, you know, just don't go in there and vote Democratic, Republican, because
Yeah.
you're not really investigating what's the best situation. It could be either or, because they're both corrupt.
Yeah. That's true.
So, Bob, if you could change one thing in the world, what would it be?
You said one thing, so one thing is limiting.
Well, to look at everybody, as you were just saying, from soul to soul.
That's not one thing, because everybody
Is one. Finishing up with that, and then I got a question about the questions. Is it important to meditate on these questions, or just whatever. Let it come through, get a feeling, adapt it in your life. If it feels good, let it go if it doesn't.
Probably meditate, because these questions and answers, meditating to go into them, into the soul, and then witness the questions and answers.
Okay, good. Good. So Baba, how do you want to be remembered after you leave this incarnation? That's our last question, by the way.
I don't. Memory, those kind of memories, I like attachments. Memory about me? Maybe me as a example of being in the witness, being in the soul, and loving everybody. Yeah, I want to, my ego wants to be remembered as somebody who's loving. Yeah.
So it's not the ego that wants that, that's the soul you're talking about.
The soul never wants to be remembered. That's the ego. That's remembering his attachment.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be my karma, is leaving a trail, the breadcrumbs of something everybody that's a hell of a lot of karma.
Yeah, because people can take it so many different ways. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I asked that because you're loved by so many people for your pure heart, not for Ram Dass.
Yep.
Because you showed us what that means.
Because my soul mirrors their soul. So they go into their soul around me.
So you want to be remembered as a mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Baba. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was fantastic as always. You are a true spiritual icon of this century. And
Oh boy.
that's a big one, right? Not many around, that's for sure. And thank you all for watching and being part of this couple of hours. It's been fantastic. Thank you. My name is Sridhar from the Bhakti group. Any more information you'd like to know about what we're doing, go to bhaktifest.com. Thank you, Ram Dass. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Sridhar.
Thank you. Blessings.
Thank you all for listening. And don't remember anything, because that's just going to add my karma.